Imagine opening your investment account in 2030 and seeing that the $1,000 you invested years earlier has doubled, tripled, or maybe even multiplied several times over. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the catch. Most people spend all their time chasing the biggest names like Nvidia or Microsoft. Meanwhile, some investors are quietly watching another company that sits behind the AI revolution. A company that doesn't build chatbots, doesn't make social media apps, yet supplies one of the most important components every AI system needs. That company is Micron Technology. Today we're going to answer one simple question. Can investing $1,000 in Micron today actually make you rich by 2030? We'll look at the company's business, its biggest opportunities, the risks most investors ignore, realistic price predictions, and finally I'll share my personal opinion. Make sure you stay until the end because the answer isn't as obvious as you might think. Let's begin. Micron Technology isn't a household name, but chances are you've already used products powered by its memory chips. Micron is one of the world's largest manufacturers of DRAM and NAND memory. These chips are used inside smartphones, gaming consoles, laptops, cloud servers, electric vehicles, and now artificial intelligence data centers. Here's why that's important. Every time an AI model generates an answer, creates an image, or processes huge amounts of information, it needs incredibly fast memory. Without memory, even the world's fastest AI processors can't perform at their best. That's why demand for advanced memory chips is exploding. And Micron is one of only a few companies capable of producing them at a global scale. Now here's where the real opportunity begins. The AI industry isn't slowing down. Every major technology company is investing billions of dollars into AI infrastructure. Companies are building massive data centers across the United States and around the world. Each of those data centers requires thousands of advanced memory chips. That's great news for Micron. The company has also been expanding production of high bandwidth memory, often called HBM. This special type of memory is becoming one of the most valuable products in the AI industry because advanced AI accelerators rely on it. If AI spending continues growing over the next several years, Micron could benefit significantly. But before you get too excited, there's something every investor needs to understand first. Let's look at the risks and then find out what a $1,000 investment could realistically become by 2030. Every investment has risks, and Micron is certainly no exception. One of the biggest challenges is that the memory chip business moves in cycles. There are years when demand is incredibly strong, and there are years when prices fall sharply because supply becomes too high. When that happens, even great companies can see their profits decline for a while. That's simply how the semiconductor industry works. Another risk comes from competition. Micron isn't the only company making advanced memory chips. Samsung and SK Hynix are also investing billions of dollars every year to stay ahead. The race to build faster and more efficient memory never stops. If Micron fails to keep up with innovation, its market share could suffer. Global economic uncertainty is another factor investors should never ignore. If businesses reduce spending or consumers buy fewer electronics, demand for memory chips could temporarily slow down. That's why investing in Micron requires patience. This isn't a stock designed to make you rich overnight. It's a company that could reward investors over time if the AI revolution continues expanding. Now let's answer the question everyone clicked on this video for. Can a $1,000 investment in Micron actually make you rich by 2030? The honest answer is probably not by itself, but it could still generate impressive returns if the company continues executing well. Let's look at three possible scenarios. In a conservative scenario, if AI growth slows and the semiconductor market experiences another downturn, a $1,000 investment might grow to around $1,500 by 2030. Not life-changing, but still a respectable return. Now let's move on to the more realistic and exciting possibilities. Let's start with the best case. If AI adoption continues growing, Micron keeps increasing revenue, and profit margins improve over the next several years. That same $1,000 investment could potentially grow to somewhere between $2,500 and $3,500. That's a very solid return for a long-term investor. Now here's the exciting scenario. If artificial intelligence expands even faster than expected, demand for high-bandwidth memory keeps exploding, and Micron becomes one of the biggest winners of the AI infrastructure boom. Some bullish investors believe the stock could potentially triple or even more over the next several years. That could turn $1,000 into $4,000, or perhaps even more. Of course, nobody can promise those numbers, The stock market doesn't guarantee returns. These are simply possible outcomes based on how the business performs over time. So what's my opinion? Personally, I think Micron is one of the strongest long-term AI infrastructure companies because it supplies a product that every advanced AI system depends on. As AI data centers continue expanding, the need for high-performance memory is likely to increase. That creates a significant long-term opportunity for Micron. However, I would never invest all my money into a single stock. Even the best companies can go through difficult years. Diversification and patience remain two of the most important principles for long-term investors. Now, I want to hear from you. If you had $1,000 to invest today, would you buy Micron, Nvidia, AMD, or another AI stock? Write your answer in the comments, because I'd love to see which company you believe has the biggest upside before 2030. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because every week we break down high-potential stocks and realistic investment opportunities that could shape the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.